All in Sports Network. We love sports.
We want you to be a part of these picks, so comment your picks before the first game Saturday, and if you get them all right, we'll shout you out on next week's picks too. So you have an even better shot at it this week with only 4 games to pick.
So the first game is the Houston at the Chiefs, the pre-Christmas rematch. Questionable calls in the first game, going, of course, the Chiefs' way. Aziz is back, but no Dell for Houston. Pacheco is back for the Chiefs. There you go.
Yep. Why am I thinking about this? It's gonna be the Chiefs. Like, it's in Kansas City. They had a bye week. It's gonna be the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I hope, will lose, but I don't think it's gonna be this round.
This is a tough one for me. Like, honestly, like, can they both
I
just
like
lose?
both these teams. Yeah, I dislike both these teams. Can we have just the Ravens and Bills just advance to make that the AFC Championship?
Let's just make that the AFC Championship. Just forget, like, this. Honestly, I feel like this is the loser bracket anyway. You know, like that's kind of how it feels. This feels like I referred to the 2006 AFC Championship game last episode. This feels like that game because, like, it was the Patriots and it was the Colts, and whoever won that game was going to go play the Bears, and it was like the AFC Championship game was really the Super Bowl. Like, this feels like the loser bracket. Obviously, it's tough to say that because it's defending championships. They're going for a three-peat, but just the way they've been playing and the way they've been squeaking out games. I saw something that the four teams that still have not scored over 30 points this season are the Patriots, the Raiders, the Titans, I believe, and that's not true. There's some other team that is not good, and the Chiefs. Like, all had double-digit losses except for the Chiefs. So it's very suspicious. I will also say Aziz may not be back. He was did not practice to a knee injury first day of the practice report. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if the league found some way to keep him out of the game just to protect their golden boy. And even if they didn't, they're going to protect him, and the Chiefs are going to get it done.
Yeah. Next game is the Commanders in Detroit playing against the Lions, the clutch Commanders versus the Detroit Domination.
There we go. Yes. So I get to go first on this one.
You do.
Honestly, like, this is a tough one because the Commanders have been eking everything out. Like, this is going to be such a fun game to watch, I believe. The Lions have been, like, undefeated on the road, but a little questionable in some spots at home. But they needed a week of rest, and they earned that week of rest, and David Montgomery is coming back, and Terry and Arnold is coming back. So I think the Lions got this one.
Yeah, I think the Lions are healthy now, other than Aiden Hutchinson. But they're healthy. They're ready to go. Sonic and Knuckles are back. That is scary for any team but the Lions. The Lions will get this win.
All right. Then the next one is this one. The Ravens at the Bills in Buffalo.
I think this game, I don't know for sure, but I believe the spread is 3.
It's the MVP matchup.
It is.
And you asked me yesterday if I believe that that whoever wins this game will win the MVP. I believe that upwards of a third of the voters have not made up their mind and will simply make up their mind based on the winner of this game. I shouldn't say the winner, but the performance in this game.
That makes sense, yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, if the Ravens win it on the back of Derrick Henry, then and Josh Allen takes over the game in general, then does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whichever quarterback performs better may.
I think if the Bills win, Allen gets MVP. If Allen throws for 150, runs for 50, but the Bills still win, I think Allen gets it. Even if Lamar goes for over 300 all-purpose yards, I think Josh still gets it because he brought his team there. It was him. Like, don't get me wrong, all the other players are NFL players, but super talented and stuff. But if I had Josh Allen on my team, I think I'd be doing pretty good too.
So who do you think is going to win the game?
I think that Josh Allen is going to carry his team through, and I think that Buffalo will get this win. That was a hard decision to make, but I think the Bills got it.
I also think that the Bills will get it done, and I will tell you how tomorrow.
Like it, little tease. Now, last game, Rams versus my team, the Eagles in Philly.
The two greatest offenses that really couldn't be much more different from each other. Two of the youngest defenses that couldn't be much more dominant in week one of the playoffs. This comes down to finesse versus toughness, and what gets it done in the playoffs is toughness. Who has the better offensive line? It's the Eagles. And even though the Rams did what they did against the defensive line of the Vikings, or against the offensive line of the Vikings, it's still the Eagles. And
yeah,
the Rams, I believe, are just too young. Younger, faster, sure, but the Eagles got the experience and more of the run game. So
yeah,
I think the Eagles do it.
I think the Eagles get it done as well. I'm going to tell you two things real quick, just so I don't spoil my thing tomorrow for the Eagles. Okay. I should talk about these again, though. One thing, first thing is not many defenses can handle Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell, and all those guys. I think maybe the only defense that can is that Eagles defense with that stacked secondary that they have.
And young guys.
And young guys. It's young on young. And the guy who is playing, in my opinion, the best football as of right now, because of how smart he's playing football, Saquon Barkley. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, why didn't you take the touchdown? That's smart football. Sliding, that's one. Sportsmanship, which gets you far in sports, a lot further than people think. Even in a hitting contact game such as football, people respect you more. And whether they want to believe it or not, it messes with your mentality whenever you were sportsmanship. Hence, Andrew Luck doing what he did, whenever he'd get sacked and stuff like that, it messes with people's mentalities. And he's just flat out running over competition. He's just like, the Packers, I would say, had a pretty good run defense, but it did not matter against Saquon Barkley. It did not matter. He is just that guy. But he could not be where he is without that great of an offensive line. Even without Jason Kelce, there's still a great offensive line.
Yep. I did some checking. 4 out of the 6 winners this past week all won the rush yards.
Well, we want you to be a part of this, so comment your picks for the first game Saturday, and if you get them right, we'll shout you out on next week's Unstable Pick too.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.